It's Tuesday morning, welcome back to the workshop. As you can see, I've done a bit more up here. And we've got this run on the left hand side of the panel pretty much all done. Back to bare metal, all of the old panel has been removed from this flange. So I think what we'll do next is, we're not going to be welding it straight away, so I'm going to warm up a can of primer and get a bit of paint on here just to give it some protection. It was 10 degrees here yesterday, we're back to 0 again today, so yeah, there's some breath you can see. Yeah, let's go get the kettle on. I'll make a cup of tea while I'm at it, I think. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so I've now stuck some weld-through primer on this flange just to stop the rust flashing. You know, it's not exactly the best finish here. We've got all these scratches in the paint. Obviously I'm going to paint the side of this van when it's all done, but just for now we don't want that flash rusting before we get time to weld it, so that's sealed in. We'll leave this side for now and do pretty much the same thing on the other side, and we'll see you when I've got that done. Okay, so all of these flanges, these edges along here have been put in a primer now, both sides. And while I had the paint out, we've got a few rust bubbling areas down here that I've knocked back and put primer on. I'm probably going to come back and sand these again because I think they need filling because there's a fair bit of pitting because the rust was quite deep. And obviously along here we have this damage here which I still need to push out from the inside. It's going to need some filler again, but obviously you want to push the dents out as far as you can. Less filler involved the better. I'd originally thought of taking the entire panel off and replacing it, but there's just so many complex welds down there, baffle plates, all sorts of things. I quickly decided that it'd be easier to just cut this section and replace that. So yeah, it's actually been quite a long day. I'm gonna knock off now, and I'll join you again tomorrow. Hello, welcome back to the workshop. Okay, so last time I was filming here, we'd kind of been nibbling away at these flanges here, and as you can see off camera I have completely worn away, removed the old metal that needed to go and stuck a coat of weld-through primer on here just to stop it flashing over, because we're not going to be welding this for a couple of days probably, assuming everything goes according to plan. So today, instead of working on the van itself, I think we're going to turn our attention to the panel here and see if we can offer that up. I'm going to take a slice somewhere along here, and this section here we're going to use for something else. There's a bit of repair it needs doing on the other side of the van, just behind the side door, so we'll keep that for that. And as I say, we'll cut this along here and start trying to make it fit. Okay, so we've cut the panel down here and cleaned off the edges pretty much like we did on the van, and again we've covered that up with some weld-through primer. So the next step is going to be to sort of take out some notches here and here in the corner, which will kind of correspond with these sections here. That's going to take a bit of measuring up and a bit of trial and error, I guess. So let's move on to that next. So what we've done here is we've taken these edges, smoothed them back, covered them in weld-through primer to stop them flash rusting, and we've taken, or we haven't, we're about to take these wee notches out the end. So the idea is the notches will correspond with these pieces here. Again, we've taken these back to metal, bare metal, and covered them in weld-through primer. Can't speak this morning. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to take these notches out, see how well this lines up. I've left the notches a bit smaller than they need to be, or marked them out smaller than they need to be. We can always make them a bit bigger to make it fit. So the idea is obviously that the profile will line up here, and we should, in theory, get this in exactly the right spot. Yeah, let's get cutting and see what we can do. Alright, we've taken the notches out, and needs a wee bit of adjustment, but look at that. There's a van with no hole in the side. Yeah, obviously a lot more work to go before it really doesn't have a hole in the side, but I'm quite impressed. I've owned this van for 8 years, and that little hole, that rust problem, has been there since the day I bought it. So this is not before time. I've never seen it before without a window in the side. Happy days. Well, I guess the next job is just to refine those little notches and make it fit a little bit better. I think it's sitting a little bit low. Maybe if I take a straight edge along here and see how far down it is. I'll take a couple of mils off the top notches and then maybe make the bottom ones fit a bit better. And then it's a case of cutting somewhere along here through both panels to get our exact fit. But yeah, I'm still kind of nervous about doing that because I really don't want to mess that one up. Okay, yeah, I'll be back with you when I've adjusted those notches and got this to fit a little bit better. Oh damn, would you look at that. I'm gonna say that fits. Okay, so next job. Next job is not going to be making these cuts along here. Next job is finally dealing with these dents. Now I've pushed them out a wee bit, but I kind of figured if I'm going to cut this and then pull these dents out, this panel's going to move and my joint is not going to be as good as I'd like it to be. So next thing to do is going to be do what I can with these. Look, I don't need to get it perfect, I just need to get these dents knocked out a bit further. It's all gonna, the whole panel's gonna be getting some skim of filler on it before paint, so let's just get that in a shape, then make these cuts. Alright, that's probably going to be about it for today, because I've got some slices in my fingers because I'm an idiot and haven't taken the sharp edges off all of these panels. So, we'll see you in a future video.